Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of Build with Mapbox. We're going to get started in about a minute. These show and tell sessions are, I think, the most fun part of Build, in my opinion. We get to see a huge diversity of projects. And probably the most fun part of the most fun session is the chat. So I want to make sure you're not shy about participating in the chat. If you see something you like, leave a note, say this is awesome. If you have questions, leave them in there and our presenters can communicate with you. Just to kick it off, I'm going to start with a prompt. But would love to know where you're tuning in from and would love to know whether you prefer coffee or tea. So let us know in the chat, start the conversation. We're going to get started in about 1 minute. So hang tight and let us know, coffee or tea. And I'm still drinking my morning coffee, if you can see it it's my midday coffee now. Okay. We got an action-packed agenda for you today, and I'm going to kick it off with our very first presenter. Before I do that, I want to do some housekeeping notes. So, like all sessions, this session will be recorded. So make sure that you can watch this after the fact in the Zoom lobby if you want to, and then all these will eventually be on YouTube, so you can come back and reference this session later. Captions are available in multiple languages if you use the Show Captions button in your Zoom interface, so familiarize yourself and take a look at that. You can submit questions through the Zoom Q&A feature. Actually, I don't think we have Q&A enabled at this point, so just use the chat. And then, here, let me go back. Lastly, you can discover all the rest of our build sessions in the Zoom event lobby or go to mapbox.com/build. We have a full day and a half left of sessions and some really great ones, including some by yours truly. So look forward to that. All right, without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to our first presenter, Nicholas Marty, who's going to show us the SunQuest app.
Thank you for joining. My name is Nicolas Marty. I am the creator of SunQuest, a solar tracking application available on the App Store for iPhone and iPad. SunQuest allows you to track the position of the sun, and tracking the position of the sun is useful for a lot of people in their daily life, but it's also a game changer for many professionals, from real estate, photography, photovoltaics, and garden planning. For example, when you want to buy a home, you might be asking, will this future apartment be sunny in winter, or is a solar panel worth it? And if you want to take a sunset photo during your holiday, you might wonder what is the best time and place to capture a beautiful sunset. So this universal need is what inspired the creation of SunQuest. SunQuest allows you to track the sun in different ways. The first way is through augmented reality. And by taking into account the orientation of the phone, the yaw, pitch, roll, and the compass, SunQuest can calculate the sun position in the sky anywhere in the world at any date and time. And so this makes it possible to preview the sun's path from sunrise to sunset, as you can see, and to display it in real time directly over the camera view. The second way is the map view that is powered by Mapbox. And unlike other map providers, Mapbox let us control the position of the light source. So we can move the light to the exact place where the sun will be at a given date and time. And this allows us to simulate realistic building shadows and to visualize lighting condition with very high accuracy. And as you can see, Mapbox integrates detailed 3D monuments and buildings so that the results are even more precise. Displaying building shadows is useful across many fields. The first one is real estate. In real estate, sunlight is one of the key factors when buying or renting a property. And with SunQuest, thanks to the incredible Mapbox maps, you can instantly visualize the sun's path throughout the seasons and anticipate the natural light inside your future home. So before buying or renting, you can discover the impact of buildings, trees, obstacles on sunlight, and to see the differences between summer and winter exposure. SunQuest is also a great tool for photographers. With SunQuest, they can now plan their photo session with total confidence. They can find the perfect light and shadows condition anywhere in the world, and even without visiting the location first. So they can know if a street will be in sun or shade, or they can plan sunset photos such as aligning the sun with a specific monument. As you can see here, this is the Arc de Triomphe monument in Paris. At the left, you have the simulation, and at the right, you have the real photo that was taken thanks to SunQuest and Mapbox. Concerning solar energy, SunQuest is also a great tool. With just one click, you can now identify the optimal roof area for solar panels. So it helps people decide whether solar is worth it for them or not. So as you can see, SunQuest is a tool for everyone for everyday life and also for professional use. SunQuest is currently available worldwide, and it works on iPhone and iPad with an Android version coming soon. SunQuest has already reached 100,000 users with a 4.8/5 rating on the App Store and has been featured also on many media. And one of its key features, that is building shadow simulation, would not have been possible without the latest version of Mapbox. So great thanks for Mapbox for their incredible maps, and thank you very much for watching. And please free to reach out if you have any question or would like more information. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Nicolas. And definitely ask any questions you may have in the chat. I'm sure he'll be able to respond. That was kind of amazing. I'm next going to introduce Gil Gunnison, founder of Kumbaya, which is a digital travel agent. Take it away, Gil.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Chris, for the introduction. I'll talk a little bit about Kumbaya, digital travel agent. I'm Gilles, co-founder. We're based in Belgium. What is Kumbaya? We create a personal trip completely based on personal questions. Together with AI, we create a complete itinerary from A to Z. So you get a day-by-day itinerary with accommodations, with transport options like trains, hotels, and so on. Also restaurant accommodations and so on and so on. All based on preferences like budget or other interests. You can easily share, edit, and also compensate your trip based on CO2 calculations, and then book your stay or transport with our trusted partners. That's the context I want to give to you, but I want to dive into the technicals of Kumbaya. So a little bit more about the tech stack and what we are doing. So the backend is all developed on Google, and we use Gemini as our AI engine. The language there, Golang and Python, of course, very known by the technical people inside this meeting. To communicate this backend, we have actually two ways. So we have two front ends. So we developed a mobile application and a web app. The web app still needs to be released, but the mobile application is out there since almost a year. The communication protocol is gRPC. We use React for the mobile app, TypeScript, and then of course Mapbox with their perfect SDK. And for the web app, we use React as well, but the Mapbox GL JavaScript. How does that look like? We have a mobile application actually, where Mapbox is really the central of the application. So everything you see is based on the Mapbox SDK here. So people can see the trip overview. It's all very fluently. The nice thing is that Mapbox really has the possibility to configure everything you want to see in your map. Markers, you can actually modify everything and smoothly see how your trip is being evolved into a full day itinerary. This helps us a lot, of course, and not only on the mobile app, but also on the website version where we use the JavaScript library. Here you have this beautiful view that Mapbox offers, where we can easily show the different flight option, transport options that are available. You go inside an itinerary where you see the hotels, the transport options, the activities. You can highlight them easily. So for us, the map really works amazing, and we are actually quite and very happy with it. Yeah, for us, of course, we have multiple destinations where you can just see this map being easily and smoothly evolving into different views. And another example here is that you can have custom, actually everything you want to see on the map you can have. So this is actually what we are doing with Kumbaya and together with Mapbox itself. Yeah, we are very thankful that we could present here. Very thankful that we can use this technology. If you want to connect or if you have any follow-up questions on what frameworks or different things that we use, contact me through LinkedIn. You can scan the QR code. And for the rest, thank you very much for the opportunity to present here.
All right. Thank you so much, Gil. Excellent work. Very relatable, and I can totally see how that can help when you're starting from scratch and trying to plan an itinerary in a foreign city. All right, next I'm going to welcome Marco Siric, founder of Snow Crew, a smarter mountain experience. So take it away, Marco.
Thank you, and hi everybody, and thanks for joining us on this event. Yes, I'm co-founder of Snow Crew, and our mission and vision is basically to provide the best possible ski experience and basically resort experience when you go on a ski resort or skiing or snowboarding. And there's a central part in our application is basically the map, which we use Mapbox as a provider for. Thank you for that. Oh, sorry. And I'm going to show you how that looks like and go through some features with you to better explain how we use Mapbox in our application. So basically, if you imagine going on a skiing or on a ski resort, you don't actually need to ski. You can just be a visitor of a ski resort. This application can help you better to navigate on a resort, and especially if you are going with group of friends or family, you can see their location in real time. So basically helps you connect better. And you can see basically a map of all ski lifts and ski tracks on a resort. You can see that the map is customly styled, so it's kind of a winter version of Mapbox style, and user can also toggle to let's say flat model, not 3D, or basically satellite view. But I will go back to the winter map. Also, you can use basically out of the box Mapbox features to rotate and peek into any angle of a ski resort, basically. And also you can change like pitch, or you can use the two-finger gestures for other stuff. But I will point out one thing here, because we are, let's say, imagine you're skiing, so you're wearing some heavy gloves and the weather is snowy or rainy. It's hard for you to hold the phone with both hands. So basically, you want to take one glove off and do everything with one finger. So that's why you can see on the right side we also did some custom buttons for changing the pitch and so on. As we try to our application be, let's say, one hand friendly. So yeah, let me go deeper into some of the features also. So basically, you can also see, for example, that some ski lifts or ski tracks are closed, marked with this X, and some are working in this example. Clicking on any part of it will open you like the details about that ski lift or ski track, along with some information from our system, the duration of the ski lift, occupancy, and so on. Also, in order to provide a good user experience, what's often happening on a ski resort is that you want to meet with your crew, with your either friends or family. And it's pretty much hard to do it on skiing, because if you are skiing, you're not listening to phone calls, and when the others are skiing, you cannot catch them easily. So what we developed is basically ability to create custom markers on the map, for example, meeting point or some other types of custom pins. And I will just put some note here like meet now, meet in 1 hour, for example. And all the users will, all your friends will basically see this pin in real time, and it will be here for the time until you decide to delete it. So no matter if you don't have live communication with your friends now, they will. This map is basically syncing your actions, and it's doing that in real time. So even further, you can mark some places on the map like danger pins. For example, you can let your friends know that they should avoid this place, or maybe to be cautious when skiing because there is ice there or whatever. It's up to users to decide what they want to mark. But we provide a way for them to share those information. And also, we also introduced navigation features on a ski resort. So basically, if you want to navigate to some place, even to custom pins, you can choose the navigation options and even select some of the preferences for ski navigation. It's completely custom. So basically, maybe you are a snowboarder, beginner snowboarder who want to avoid, let's say, advanced tracks or intermediate, and just want to route which one includes like the blue trails, or you maybe want to exclude the drag lifts and you want to go with gondola or whatever. So we provide those options also, and we draw the directions on the map directly. Also, there are some like commercial pins you can find. For example, you want to know where you can eat, or maybe, I don't know, rent a snowmobile. It opens directly from the map and gives you like information about those commercial pins, how we call it. It can also be like the location of a snow park, and you can see some more details about what you can do there. So our main focus is to provide the best experience when you go skiing. Also, you can there are a lot of categories we provide for those commercial pins, and you can also filter it, like because map can get too messy when there's a lot of elements on it. So here, if I filter by, I can exclude basically just ski tracks, or I can exclude ski lifts, for example, or I can exclude custom pins. So you can toggle it. And also, definitely, you can record your stats. So that's something that's currently, because of simulation, these numbers are not correct. But you can basically start and stop your ride, and then you will get the ride preview and details about your speed, distance, and so on.
Okay,
And
Marco,
these
I've got to keep us moving along. So I want to say thank you so much for presenting. There's actually already a couple questions for you. So really
Thank you.
appreciate sharing Snow Crew. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Next, I'd like to welcome Gareth Davis, Director of KADA Consulting Limited. Take it away, Gareth.
Thanks, Chris. Hi, everybody. So I work for KADA Consulting, and we're passionate about bringing data to life, helping people get more insight from data and making data more accessible. So recently, I'm showing some JSON data here. So recently, this was released as a voluntary scheme in the UK, with all service stations providing daily updates on fuel prices. Now, this is great for developers, but pretty useless for the public. So what we've done is we've created a small application powered by Mapbox to allow users, particularly public, to make decisions when they want to fill up their vehicle. So in terms of the interface, quite straightforward interface. We want the minimal amount of clicks possible. So you can select your fuel here. You can select how much fuel you need, maximum journey time, and then here, this is where some of the Mapbox APIs come in straight away. So if we're viewing this on mobile, you can use the geolocate button, and straight away, this has gone to Mapbox and it's got my GPS location, which I'll use shortly. Alternatively, we can use the address. So if I put in either an address or a postcode, so in this case, you can see all the options here. I'll select from Greater Manchester. So straight away, I've used two of the Mapbox APIs, and I've not even shown a map. So we're keeping this all simple and concise to have all this data as input data before we give the results to the user. In addition, we've got another API here where you can put in your vehicle registration, and this calls another API, a government API, to find out what vehicle it is. So this is an ex-Prime Minister, and I've got a petrol vehicle and their emissions here. And once you've got this, obviously now we know it's petrol, so you can only select either standard or super grade here, so that automatically filters. So minimal amount of clicks to get some information. When I click this, it will go to a back-end server. We've got a Flask API, which condenses all those JSONs and serves it to this application. We've got a little disclaimer there because not all the fuel stations are signed up to this voluntary scheme, so there may be some missing, but it's getting better. So now you can see the world of the Mapbox APIs that we've used. You can see we've got an isochrone here relating to the time that was selected on the previous screen and all the stations you can get to within that time. And it's fantastic because we're using live Mapbox data, Mapbox traffic data. So these are real-time traffic congestion and the like, and you can see the congestion is plotted in a red, yellow, green color scheme, and Mapbox allows you to change that as well if you wanted to, because that's a tile layer that's put over the top. So straight away you can click on any of the Mapbox markers, and again Mapbox is great because it allows you to put the HTML behind the markers, so you can format this using CSS, whatever you needed here. And rather than just having the address and the price per litre, we've called another Mapbox API to find out how far it is away in terms of driving distance and the travel time, so that comes straight up. Then we work out CO2 emissions and fuel cost for how much you want to fill up. But then there's this total cost. So total cost includes the amount going to and from the station. So if you look here, this is the cheapest up here in terms of cheapest per litre. But down here, because this is closer, because you don't need much fuel, the cheapest total is actually here. So this gives you the two contrasting stations you could go to. And similarly, we've also got one here, which is both the quickest to get to and the lowest CO2 emissions to drive to. So it gives you a really quick way of seeing what decisions you can make depending on what you're interested in the most. And also just keeping it nice and concise. You go back and maybe you want to change the amount of you want to fill up. Straight away, you can see now that one that was the cheapest earlier is now the cheapest overall. So it just allows public users really quick access to that data. Hopefully it's nice and simple as well. And it's pulling in lots of different APIs from Mapbox. And the fantastic thing with all of this is because we've got really generous free tiers with Mapbox and the APIs, we provide this app. This app was actually just a sort of a little bit of a playground for us to see what we could do with the data. So this is completely free to the public. We just put this out there as a way for them to get this information, and hopefully it encourages more to join into this voluntary scheme because it allows the public to make better decisions when this data is displayed in this manner. So hopefully that's within the 5 minutes, and I'll pass back to you, Chris.
Great. Thank you so much. I hope that catches on. And please post a link in the chat so other people can check it out. Excellent use of various Mapbox APIs in that project. Next, I'm going to welcome Elliot Clemens, co-founder of RunnerBeam, an athletic tracking platform. Take it away, Elliot.
Brilliant. Cheers, Chris. So hi all, I'm Elliot. I'm the co-founder of RunnerBeam. And at RunnerBeam, we're on a mission to build a next generation real-time athlete tracking platform for running events. So the customers that we work with host running events that are high adrenaline, high production quality, and often unsanctioned street races across the UK and Europe. And they have continually evolving race formats from urban orienteering to elimination modes to team relays. And at RunnerBeam, we wanted to bring this same level of hype, excitement, and entertainment to the athlete tracking aspect of running a running event, which was previously lacking. And to achieve this, we needed a mapping platform that was customizable, so to be able to respond to our ever-expanding catalogue of race formats that we support. and also really performance as well. We need to show the athletes in real time on the map. And Mapbox was the perfect fit for us. So we use Mapbox GSGL, which is the web-based version of Mapbox. And with it, we're able to build something that's visually brand new, that spectators and athletes haven't seen before. If you follow one of our events, we offer an immersive live map, which is complete with real-time athlete tracking positions, leaderboards and athlete cards, and they show live in-race metrics such as their current pace. What we really love about Mapbox are the 3D maps. They really help add that wow factor and really make the map pop. And in all cities where our customers have hosted races, they've been available, which has been fantastic. Performance is also massively important for us. It's one of our USPs, and infrastructure, as you can imagine, receives a huge volume of athlete location updates every second, and we need to show these in real time on the map. When we initially started building this out, we were using markers, but we quickly realized that these didn't scale very well. We started to transition to symbol layers, and actually this has worked really well. It's really performant to us. A couple of weeks ago, we supported a 100-kilometer relay, which took place from central London all the way to Margate. It was in teams of 5, and one athlete was running at one time. The others were either in support vehicles or on bikes, and teams could switch runners whenever they wanted to. So the bike was riding directly next to the runner, and to allow for really fast transitions. And we saw an opportunity here to do something completely different. Rather than just track the runner, we tracked the entire team. And this was great because for one, it meant that you could see kind of the strategies that the different athletes were and the different teams were playing. But we'd also built some automated activity recognition into our app. So we knew who was in the support car and who was on the bike, and we could visually represent that on the map. So you could see some teams going short bursts every couple of kilometers, whereas other teams were switching every 10K, for example. And we're only just getting started. We're really excited to try out these new features that were announced this week at Build. If you want to see Runnerbeam and Mapbox in action, we're actually supporting a race that's kicking off in Paris in 3 hours' time. So follow our socials for the live tracking link if you're interested to see how that plays out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elliot, and good luck with today's race. Amazing visuals there. Would love to next welcome out Faizan Basil, software engineer at the University of Leicester. Take it away.
Hi everyone, thank you for introducing me. So I'm Faizan Basil, a software engineer from University of Leicester, and together with my colleagues, we have enabled a digital health tool to provide solution to one of the most pressing problems in the world. It's called female genital mutilation and cord cutting web app. So I will start by giving a background and why is it important, what are the barriers, and how we addressed this problem. So female genital mutilation, often referred as FGM, is a global concern affecting millions of women and girls worldwide. About 4.2 million girls and women are affected by it worldwide, and in US alone, around 400,000 women are affected by it. So we saw a 224% increase in this practice from 1990 to 2012, which shows up it's a pressing problem in United States as well. So this has long-term health challenges in women, which makes it important to address. So due to community engagement, support for accessible health services, and protection and empowerment of uncut girls, we can address these issues, but there are persistent challenges involved. Currently, there are some limitations which do not allow us to tackle this issue in an effective way. There's no effective visualization tool available for the stakeholders, so they cannot make effective interventions accordingly. And there's lack of hotspot visualization for them. So this is our solution now. A web app that enables geospatial visualization of FGM data that includes different population level data like at state level, county level, public use micro areas levels, and at national levels. So it presents the data in a key insights which used through user-friendly and interactive interface. So the roadmap that we followed was like data manipulation, because this web app has a lot of data involved. Each state, each level of different population, there is a lot of data involved. Ethnicities, age groups, and all the other things are integrated using Mapbox. Then we all the things using Mapbox, we used HTML, CSS, and JS and integrated into a dashboard. And then we did some validation and verification with our stakeholders. So the tools that we use are like the languages like Python, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, all in Django framework. And we use Mapbox Studio and Mapbox GLGS for this. It's a web app. So the architecture that we followed is as follows. It's a robust architecture where you can see all this raw data, the geospatial data, and external APIs of schools and hospitals are all interconnected into a Mapbox heat map and Mapbox DLJS. And using HTML, CSS, we gave structure to our web app, and everything is built for accessibility and inclusivity. So keeping in mind the sensitivity of the data, we employ two-factor authentication, where you have to give your email address, your password, and you will get an OTP verification. And there will be a super user on to grant you access because of the sensitivity of this issue. So this is a design of our web app. As you can see at the national level data, you can see the complete United States data. On the left-hand side, you can see the ethnicity and age data. If you click on any state, you will zoom into the state automatically, and that level of population data will be appearing ethnicities along with the age. Same the case with the county level data and the Puma level data. So all this is in detail using Mapbox, and the schools and hospital data are coming from the external APIs. So those are the live data that are externally integrated with Mapbox Studio. So we had the inclusive design validity for that. As I told, we had inclusivity and accessibility as a main priority. We use web app tool, and according to the web content accessibility guidelines, we passed the AAA and AA guidelines, which is the highest accessibility criteria for it. The validity, we went to different NGOs and asked about our web app, and they were like satisfied to highly satisfied, and we scored 4+ on the Likert scale for that. Around 14 organizations are already using our web app because it's a non-profit project. So organizations like AHA Foundation are using it. Harvard University, US Department of Homeland Security, they have keen interest in our web app because they need it to make effective interventions and for decision making. One of our stakeholders for the Harvard University even told that this is really an interesting web app, and it will make the future interventions really easy for us. And yeah, to include, like, our web app is novel and interactive. It enables rapid identification. It provides accessibility and usability for professionals, and it creates a shift from reactive to preventive. So according to the new guidelines from to our health services, we are shifting from reactive interventions to preventive interventions. So it will make sustainability easy, and it will make cost effectiveness easier. So yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing all the details about that project and for your work on this important issue. Next, I would like to welcome Aday González, tech lead at KYKUYO. I don't think I pronounced it right, so I'll let you do it, but a solarpunk RPG. Very excited to have some gaming on this share. So take it away, Aday.
Thank you very much. Hi everyone, I'm Aday González, tech lead at KYKUYO, and this is Solar, a geolocation RPG game where the game map is the real world. Our goal is to help you to become the hero of your city, fighting back the bad stuff and making your city better. We are building a mobile game using Unity and Mapbox to visualize the world. Every player protects and improves their own environments. We want exploring your street to feel like an epic adventure, with entities, NPCs, narrative, but grounded in real places with an upbeat solarpunk tone. So, what makes our project different? Unlike most geolocation games, we aren't created on a flat map. We are recreating the world at a real scale, real buildings and places. So any city can become an interactive 3D playground. That's a huge design and immersion leap, which creates a major technical challenge. The harder part is representing a real open 3D world on mobile devices, while keeping a clear and distinctive art style. The challenge is to recreate a real scale world in real time, a world that doesn't already exist on the mobile device, since delivering a pre-built world will be almost impossible for the target platform. So how that is fit together? Mapbox is the cornerstone of the client. So we use the SDK to render the real world and create our solarpunk look. On top, we drop entities, point of interest, and more features coming from our remote services. All gameplay decisions live on the cloud. Our servers run the game logic. On the client sides, Unity and Mapbox render the world and overlay the game layers. While Mapbox doesn't decide the game player, this sets our visual foundation to present the backends, what's backend created. One of the unique aspects of our game and our business model is that we partner with real organizations and companies and physically represent them on our game through portals, custom buildings, and NPC interactions. Players can collect energy by interacting with those locations and goal-related quests. So what about entities? Entities spawn via algorithms that blends area types, urban density, and nearby players count. We aim for variety, player coherence, and fairness. So you should have always something interesting close by you without overhead. We are beginning with a pilot in Singapore, but building for a global scale. Our ambition is to reinvent the geolocation games, helping players bond with their city and improve the real world. In the end, Mapbox provides the tool to represent the real world, enabling us to build an alive, breathing game on top. You can follow more and know more about us in KYKUYO.com. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next, I would love to invite David Schneider, founder of Metro Match. Take it away.
Good morning, everyone. Hold on for just a sec. So, hi, everyone. My name is David Schneider, and myself and my co-founder, Valerie Burton, have put together Metro Match, which is a transit-first travel platform. We're still just a couple months into this project, and we've developed something for Washington, D.C., but we think that our concept can scale to cities with good transit systems around the United States and around the world. This is a little bit about what we do. We're focusing on people that are tourists who are interested in exploring a city by transit, who may have some budget constraints, so they have a budget, and also who may be interested in having what you might call a city adventure. So they might want to see some of the major tourist sites on one day and then explore the city another day. And they may also have some mobility constraints. That could be parents with young children, or it could be some people with disabilities or older adults. These are kind of the initial market segment that we're going for. So why Metro Match? We think that traveling by transit offers opportunities to travel sustainably, discover places that locals love and tourists often miss. Often you can get to those places by transit, and then also support small businesses around, in this case, the Washington, D.C. metro stations. So this is a product look from a couple months ago prior to using Mapbox. Neither Valerie or I are cartographers by training, but we knew that maps were important. So I was listening to the LinkedIn presentation, the TripAdvisor presentation the other day, and they were talking about the importance of maps and space and travel to tourists. So this is a clearly pretty clunky version of our initial map. We refined it before using Mapbox, a little bit better, but as you can see, they were still using some dots for stations and the lines aren't particularly clear. We were fortunate to get some pro bono help from Stamen Design, who introduced us to Mapbox. And so I want to switch and then show you the product and do a quick live demo. So let me do that. So we designed a map for the tourist experience and to help people take transit around the city. So we made some pretty intentional decisions about what to show and what not to show on the map. And one of the things you'll see is that the streets you can see, but they're kind of in the background. And the transit lines in Washington, D.C. metro stations are in the foregrounds and in the stations. And those never actually disappear from the map. And then you can also see certain points of interest, in this case, the National Mall. In addition to being able to click on the website, you can see the closest station and also the distance from the station for all of these tourist sites. Then, of course, if you're planning on a trip, you're probably looking at lodging. And so we have information on hotels around Washington, D.C. Now, typically, as in many cities, there's hotels in the downtown cluster. And what we also have is we have hotels that are within about a quarter mile or a half mile of all of the transit lines. So if you're looking to maybe save some money, but still be able to visit DC and take the train into the central city, you can do that. And then for each of our hotels, we have links to some of our booking affiliate platforms. So we have booking affiliate relationships that way. A lot of sites will allow you to show hotels around metro stations. What I think makes ours a little different is you can start layering on other things that a lot of people would want to, see and do in the area. So if you're looking for places for coffee or lunch or dinner or nightlife, or even things like grocery stores and pharmacies, you can see that. And so you can begin to just take a look at neighborhoods around the station. So, what makes this neighborhood a fun neighborhood? Should I stay in Roslyn, or maybe should I go over here? So we're able to bring in things that you would ordinarily have to do a number of different kind of Google searches for or other searches for. A couple other features I'll just show you. So each of these has, again, the distance to the station, and you can also begin to start to star things and put together your own itinerary. So because there's always a lot of points and it makes it a little clunky, we can do it that way too. Other things you can do, you can filter by line. So here I'll just filter the red line, which is over here. And so if I was interested in meeting someone for coffee, say on the red line, I can take a look and see where are the coffee stops on the red line and maybe meet somewhere in between. So that's one other feature. I'll close with a couple other features that aren't particularly Mapbox features, but kind of get to the idea of designing your trip around transit. We think we've designed a kind of digital version of the highway exit sign that shows people things that they need within close to a node on the network, whether it's a highway exit or a transit station. So you can take a look and have our digital version of the highway exit sign there. And then the last thing I'll mention is some curated itineraries, ways of having people think about different things that they could do on transit. So this is an example of taking the red line from one direction to the other and stopping off at different places on time throughout the area. So we're really excited about using Mapbox. We're excited about some of the changes that we're going to be making. We hope that you'll take a look and you can use it in DC or wherever we ultimately hope to take you. So thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that, David. Next, I'd like to welcome Skylar Aspergren, founder of DecoBase. And last but not least, we'll take us home. So thank you, Skylar. Go ahead.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. Let me pull up my screen here. Cool. So I'm the founder of a company called DecoBase. And at DecoBase, we help real estate companies get the most out of their data. I used to work as a real estate developer. And one of the things that you notice when you're working in real estate is you have all of this data that's trapped in these different random documents, like PDFs or emails, whatever it might be. And so what we have is basically a platform that lets real estate companies take their data. They can upload it to our platform, and I'll just show you guys the live demo here. So I can download this as an example, an offering memorandum for a property. I can drop it into our platform, and then what we're doing is we're running a bunch of AI models to extract the data from that. While that's processing, I'll show you a different one that we've already done. What we're doing typically with these offering memorandums, it's information about a property that's for sale. And so we help developers and other real estate companies extract the data like the rent roll, information about the property, financial information, that type of stuff. We also allow them to see the kind of documents side by side so they can verify that the data is being extracted correctly. People really like this feature for getting the data out. The most common thing that we got, the most common piece of feedback we got from our customers is that they wanted a way to see it on the map. And so we were looking at kind of how to implement this. We came across Mapbox, and what we did is basically, as part of our AI model process, when we extract the data from these documents, we'll also pull out the address and the coordinates, and then we show it back to them on the map. Mapbox was awesome because the map looks beautiful just kind of right from the get-go, and it makes it's really easy to work with for showing this type of data. And so what people use it for is they'll come in, if they're looking at a new property, we just uploaded this one, 1900 Folsom Street. They can look nearby, they can see other properties they've already looked at. And essentially, we're building an internal data platform for them to view their data. Typically, if you're using something like CoStar or one of these other companies, you're seeing all this data that's public, but there's not really an easy way to see your own data that is kind of unique to you on a map. And so our platform enables that, and we're using Mapbox to do it. We also, as part of this platform, we have like an AI agent that you can ask questions to. And what we're working on right now, it's not actually live in this demo yet, but basically adding tool calls to the Mapbox API to show different stuff. And so Mapbox has been great to work with on that front as well. But yeah, that's kind of the quick presentation. We honestly have the main takeaway, the reason that we love Mapbox is because it's really easy and it looks beautiful kind of right from the get-go. And it gives like a premium feeling to our users as they're viewing their data on the map. So I'll pause there, but yeah, thank you all.
All right, thank you so much, Skylar. Okay, so that'll wrap us up for this second installation of developer show and tell with the design focus. So just to recap, I think I hope you're inspired as I was. We've got indie projects, civic projects, research projects, consulting, games, transit, real estate, gas finders. Such a huge variety of use cases. It's really awesome to see, and across web and mobile. Really awesome to see people's creativity, the application of our tools to this wide array of problem spaces. So color me inspired. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you, everyone who viewed and participated in the chat. Hopefully you got whatever connecting information you need if you want to follow up with some of these presenters. And I'll leave you with that and say good luck, happy building as you build with Mapbox. And hopefully this was inspirational to you. Thanks so much.